Hey everybody, it's Chris, Eagle Cap Outdoors. Thanks for coming back to the channel and watching us. I had a chance to meet somebody that, actually a friend of mine who I've hunted with, and he was with us in a tent once, and then this last year he said, hey, I've learned how to make a tent, and started making a tent, and I wanted to talk to him about it. So, Here we are.
Here we are.
This is Jason.
Hello.
And he's holding a tent in his hand that he made through some videos. And I don't know if you did videos or you watched videos on how to make tents.
A lot of videos, a lot of blogs.
A lot of research.
A lot of talking to my wife.
How do you sew? How do you sew?
How do I put the thread on this thing?
But it's interesting because that's a tent. It's how many man is that? We say?
Most manufacturers, if they made this, would call it a 4-man.
So it really fits 2 guys.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it fits 2
comfortably,
guys.
very comfortably.
You can
2 guys in gear easily.
Okay.
If you made it out of tent, you know, it's 1 guy in a tent comfortably.
Okay. Cool. So, just a real quick comparison. This is a 6-man, manufacturer 6-man tent. Okay, a little bit difference in size. Similar manufacturing product, I would say.
Yeah, a little different material. Probably why there's a difference in volume.
Yeah, and that one weighs
1 pound 10 ounces for the tent alone.
1 pound 10 ounces, and this one weighs, scientifically measured, about 5 pounds, 6 pounds. There's a difference. Like this has the liners, it has screens, it has a bunch of different stuff in it. I mean, this is
just a shell.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a Seek outdoor tent, which I still love for, my backpacking hunts. But so what, or why did you decide to make a tent?
It was a combination of wanting a tent like this. I was impressed when, we went on that trip together with the tent, and, wanting something lightweight for backpacking. My current tent was like a 3-man standard backpacking tent that probably weighed 8 pounds, freestanding with a floor and a liner and a shell. And I wanted something lightweight for backpacking, and I didn't really want to pay the price that manufacturers were charging for them. And at the time, I had some free time during the winter to try and kill some time, and I thought, sounds kind of like a fun project. So I looked into it and thought back and forth a lot of time about whether or not to do it, and in the end, just went for it.
Cool. And so you said you read a lot, you talked a lot, you did a lot of research. How did you narrowed down the material, right? You narrowed that down. The sewing skills, you had to brush up on that. Right?
Brush up.
Or learn.
Start. Yeah.
So, it sounds cool. So would you consider doing it again?
I would consider it, but it was certainly a big effort. It was, when I finished, I said, I'll never do that again. And I also came away with it saying, having appreciation for what people charge for them.
Right.
Right. I had several friends, I showed them pictures and I said, check this out, I just did this. And they're like, all right, make me one. And I said, no way. Go buy one. Here's a great website. Some people make one. Yeah. It's just not, for where I'm at with my life, is not worth my time. I would have to sell double for what the manufacturers sell them for. Right. So I would do it again if I found myself with the time to kill.
Sounds like it's like a sense of accomplishment. You figured out how to do it, right? And then it's not worth it if you're being paid to do it.
For me,
time value of money.
You got to turn it into mass production, I think, to make it really worth it. It's not worth it for a one-off type deal. Right. But it was fun, and it's cool to go out and set something up and be like, I made this. I made that, and kept me dry. I haven't been in the storms like you have yet, so.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It's like, would you add on to that tent? right? Because like we have a liner, you know,
Yeah.
we've put a liner in this one just because of the condensation and the, you know, temperature changes and stuff.
I was gonna make a liner. When I finished making this, I said I'm done, and I went and I bought one, and it's great. If I were to do anything different to this, and I think there's a video that shows it set up so you can see what it looks like.
Right.
I would add a stove jack, and I'd make it a hot tent. If I were to do anything different, make anything different, I would make one. I would make a separate one, and I'd make it one that was lower profile. You know, maybe like 2-man, 1-man style, trekking pole only.
Right.
You know, simple.
Because this one, you can stand in it, right?
I can, yeah.
You can
It's
stand
it's 6 feet tall in the middle.
Okay.
I mean, you stand, you hit the side a little
Let
bit.
it stand a little crooked.
More than my previous tent, which was
that's why I like this tent, because I can stand in it pretty comfortably. Not a big deal.
yeah. But the downside to that is I don't know how well this would hold up to 40, 50 mile an hour winds.
Right.
But
We got to try it.
so far I haven't had those in September. And
Well, you got to go to Wyoming.
yeah. Let's do it.
You got to go to Wyoming.
Make a video of it.
Yeah. I wish we had videos on the last hunt, because our tent did blow away, and it was a wall tent. So
Yeah.
the thing is, like,
Have you had that in strong winds?
yeah, in Wyoming, and it survived.
Yeah.
Right. The only problem that I remember, like 3 years ago, we were in the west part of Wyoming, up in the mountains, just south of Tetons, and we were hammered with snow. And we had to beat the snow off. You'd wake up and have to knock the snow off the tent. That was about it. But it stood up to the wind.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I was pretty happy with it.
I initially planned to make it trekking pole height, 2 trekking poles stuck, put together for the height of it to not have to carry a pole. It ended up, I don't know if my math was wrong or what, but it ended up a little bit taller that I probably could do it, but stability wise, maybe not strong. So I ended up buying a pole from a manufacturer.
So that's a good question, because that pole is similar to this pole, except this is an aluminum version, and yours is
Carbon fiber.
Yeah,
10 ounces, and it's about 6 feet tall.
yeah. And that, after I remember holding this, I was like, I'm gonna buy this one and sell this one. So anybody out there who wants to buy a pole, let me know, okay? Because I'll sell it to you. Yeah, because this is like, it is so light compared to, I mean, way different. So
Yeah.
of course it has one less leg or part in it. Right?
Yeah, a little shorter maybe. But
Cool.
Yeah.
So what else? Anything else you want to add about your tent?
It's about 9.5 by 9.5 wide, square bottom, 6 feet tall. I have only slept in it by myself, and when I sleep in by myself, I got gear all over the place. So it's super spacious.
No floor.
No floor. Use Tyvek or something like that on the
Right.
bottom. One downside to it's comfortable and lightweight, but it is almost a 10 by 10 floor, and some places I've been trying to find that real estate in the woods that's relatively flat in a 10 by 10 square is tough.
Yeah.
So that would be if you're gonna go somewhere where you think you're gonna need less, you think you're gonna have less space, having something like a tarp or a smaller footprint tent that you could just pitch, and the only flat spot is where your bag is.
Right.
But I also like being comfortable. So if I can get away with sleeping in this by myself, I'll take it.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll have my big air mattress, my big puffy pillows,
Yeah, your wall tent.
my wall tent. Yeah. Well, we packed this in, right? So I have this in my bag. I have this in my bag, and my heavy, and like Ted said, right? People have to help me to get my pack on.
Yeah,
So
you should do a pack dump video and
That's
tell
why
us how much it weighs.
hey man, that's why you work out, because you want to be able to carry your comfortable lifestyle into the woods.
Choices.
Choices. It's all about choices.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, that's awesome. I thanks for sharing. And if you want to see how Jason was able to put this together, or the information, we'll have that posted on our website as well. But for the meantime, you can watch the video and then see what it looks like. And yeah, check it out. You want to say anything real quick on why you did this? Or?
I did it for something to do. It was it was a wintertime project, just a fun thing to do, and it's archery hunters, kind of similar to fly fishing. We like to use the things that we make, and it just makes things a little bit more rewarding out in the woods. So
cool. Well, what I'm going to do is let him set it up. I'm going to record it. We may speed it up in post-processing, but I want to see him set it up and see how long it takes, and then we'll be back. Seven minutes. It took him 7 minutes to set up his custom homemade do-it-yourself tent that you made. We'll talk more about it.
Yeah,
it's not bad. It looks very familiar to me because I use I purchased a teepee, and I use a teepee which is very similar to this, just a little bit bigger. This is really cool. Really good job. Nice work.
Thank you.
Very impressive. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna go into a discussion about it a little bit more. But all in all, this is like a great tent, man.
Yeah, it works. I've used it.
That's cool.
Kept me dry.
That's good.
Stayed up in the wind, so.
Well, we got to see about it in the snow and the wind of Wyoming.
Yeah.
There's wind, and then there's Wyoming wind. Because this last year, our tents all blew away.
Yeah.
And they were sturdy, heavy duty, not our backpacker tents, but wall tents. Everything blew away.
Yeah.
And
it'd be interesting to see if this would hold up. But
in 60 or 70 mile an hour wind. Yeah. Yeah. Very cool, man. Looks good.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching, and come check us out. Like us, subscribe to us, and visit our website.